Russell, and today I'll be speaking with you about time dilation and Einstein's light clocks. Einstein based one of his theories on this postulate: the speed of light in a vacuum is independent of motion of all observers. So using this idea, Einstein created the thought experiment of the light clock. So this light clock consists of two bars. One has a photon emitter and the other has a mirror. So a photon gets emitted, bounces off of the mirror, and returns back down. So this light is moving with a velocity, a certain distance, which is up and down, and it takes a certain amount of time. If we were to take the same clock and move it onto a moving platform, we would see something very interesting. So you have the same clock with a photon emitter. But because the platform is moving, when it emits the photon actually has to go horizontal along with vertically in order to reach the platform, the mirror, and return back down for a time of 1. The beam is moving with the velocity over a certain distance, which is this plus this, and that takes a certain amount of time. So if we look at this through the lens of velocity equals distance over time, then we'll see that because the speed of light in a vacuum is independent of motion of all observers, it doesn't matter how fast this is moving or if it's moving at all. These two clocks will be measured as having the beam going the same speed. So V1 equals V2. All right, if we look at the distance, we also see something very interesting. Because this goes up and down vertically, and this has to go across and across, this distance is actually longer than this distance. So distance 1 is not equal to distance 2. So going back to this equation, we see that D1 over T1 equals D2 over T2. Okay, now here's where it gets really exciting. Distance is not equal in either of those. But in order for these two to be equal, time has to actually change. So as you move faster and faster, time actually slows down. Theoretically, if you moved at the speed of light, time would stop altogether. Unfortunately, we can't test this as we can't move close to that speed. And unfortunately, the speeds on Earth are too slow to make a significant change in time. But this opens the door to many new ideas and many new sci-fi stories.